I'm muted. Okay. Hello? Okay, I need to turn your volume up again.
Me too.
Okay. I think just go ahead and talk and we'll see where you're at.
Hi, my name is Sam, and I like to play bridge.
True statement. Beautiful. Okay. Um, Rob, hello. Welcome. PJ, we've got Sam sounding great according to PJ. Thank you. It's so exciting. We're
I did
back.
notice earlier when I tuned into the last quarter that Danny was much louder than you were.
Okay. Great. But apparently no one told me. Hello?
Oh, I assumed someone. Okay, well,
But that's okay. Oh, I'm quiet.
uh,
Okay. I'll turn myself up then. All right. Oh yeah, I'm not even going into the
I'll get a turn
yellow.
camera
I
on
don't know
so that
what's
I
going
can.
on here. You were enjoying Danny's sultry tones. Well, my tones aren't sultry. They are a little bit screechy, I must say. And y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk, so well, then you probably wouldn't be here anymore if you were tired of me hearing me talk. Okay, Sam's gone silent again.
No, I'm just not talking because you're talking.
Okay, cool.
Camera, no camera.
Whichever one you want. If you can't,
Let's do it.
if you want to be seen, you can be seen. If you don't want to be seen, you can be seen. You have the option of not being seen. Okay.
Hello,
All right. Let me
it's
let
me
me
in
let
my
me
extremely
adjust.
orange room.
Yes. Everyone's seen Sam's orange room before.
I don't know if everyone has seen my orange room.
Not even on our "It's Your Call" episode.
Yeah, that's true. That was in this exact spot for the It's Your Call episode. Everyone's watched that episode, but you never know.
Okay. There we are. All right. Things are getting started. You know, I just had the best sandwich I've had in a very, very long time for lunch. It was like a candied tri-tip, chipotle aioli, arugula, caramelized onion, pepperoncini deliciousness. Oh my
Dang.
gosh.
I had I think I had an apple for lunch.
That's a pretty big difference. Sounds very California. What is that supposed to mean, PJ?
All of those things exist in Massachusetts, I promise you. I have not had that exact sandwich, but I've had all of the things in that sandwich.
Enjoyed duck leg with orange sauce. Oh my gosh, that sounds better than mine.
That sounds really good. That sounds really, really good.
All right, let's get into the bridge. I also I'm watching the Ring Eckenberg Versace Samenta table
Okay,
um
I will join that table then.
because I believe that's the one that Brady is not live streaming. Um
I can double check that for you if you
okay,
want me to double check that for
that'd be
you.
good. Thank you. 9 p.m. in Scotland. Yeah, for a second I thought that I had said um orange leg with duck sauce. Getting the two
No, this is
confused.
the one that Brady Bot is
This
streaming.
is the one that Brady Bot is streaming. Okay, I'll go to the other one then. Oh, we get to watch Berkowitz. I really like Berkowitz. Berkowitz is my mentor now.
Oh, that's cool. My mentor was eliminated in, I think, the semifinals.
Yes, Rosenthal. No. Team Rosenthal, Aaron Silverstein.
Yes. Yes.
It must have been painful to see him not continue on, but it was a close fought match against Fleischer.
Well, I think it would have been really funny if Team Silver Set and Destroyers made it that far and they played in
Yeah,
the
I
semi.
was
But
I was rooting for that semifinal pairing.
it would have been so funny. But unfortunately, they lost. It happens.
So are we supposed to be calling it Silverstein destroyers or Silverstein destroyers?
Silverstatin.
Yeah, that's tough to say. Oh, we're having a rooter for Berkowitz. Yeah, no, I personally am rooting for Team Wolfson. Firstly, because Wolfson and Garner were nice to me when we played against them in the Spin Gold. Secondly, Berkowitz is my mentor. Thirdly, Simon Eckenberg has a connection to another bridge YouTuber, Bridge Queen. So I think if there were anyone I had to choose to root for, it would be Team Wolfson.
I'm rooting for Team Wolfson. Not for any of those particular reasons, but in general because I like rooting for the team that's losing.
That's a good one. That's a good reason.
You always want you want the match to be close.
Exciting.
And,
Yeah. Especially
yeah.
towards the end. That's when the fun comes out.
Speaking of the match, um, we have Martel playing 4 spades, and we have the result in from the other table that they were in 5 clubs doubled at the other table down 2. So, since 4 spades, I would say looks like a pretty certain make, this is probably a couple of imps for Fleischer.
Yes, I concur. I've been so busy fidgeting with my stream that I haven't really been paying attention to the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. I, as the person who's not streaming, I can actually look at the bridge. So this just looks like a pretty cut and dry, losing 1 spade, 1 heart, 1 diamond for making exactly.
Hi, Zilvian. Welcome in. I personally am cheering for Team Wolfson for 3 reasons. Sam is cheering for Wolfson for 1 reason, the fact that they are the underdog presently. I don't
And
have
also
enough
the underdog by seed, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not just by score itself right now, Wolfson is the underdog, and
Yes.
that's all I intended to say.
Yes.
I have no judgment as to seeing who here is the stronger or weaker team. But PJ, as always, is cheering for good bridge himself. And would you say that you have been blessed with good bridge so far, PJ? Aren't you getting what you want? Meh. PJ's getting a meh. Would you do...
Wait. What?
What?
I'm confused. What happened?
As someone who wasn't really paying attention, yeah, how did they get an overtrick? Where did the heart or diamond loser go?
Well, they conceded a heart trick, and then somehow they claimed 11 tricks, but nothing is... The heart's not good, the club's not good, and they have a spade loser, so they're losing a diamond trick. I'm very confused.
Sorry, I'm bounced away because there's a car honking outside, and I wanted to be sure that it wasn't mine.
Imagine owning a car. It would not be me.
I don't own a car, and actually this is a car that I don't own. It's just a car in the parking lot. I just want to be sure that one of our cars is not
I see.
been hit by something. You think Eckenberg and Genosar have not yet won an ABC Plus event before. That is a reason to go for Wolfson, yeah? I mean, maybe they were spamming the clam, seeing what they could get. Or wait, that's the clam coup.
So 3 clubs is almost certainly 5-card Stamen, or possibly Puppet Stamen, or some modification of it. Looking for a 5-card major in the 1 no trump opener's hand, and having found none, they seem to have settled in 3 no trump.
Yep, seems it. Asking partner, do you have a 5-card major? Answer, no.
According to Al Hollander, 3 Diamonds says nothing about having a 4-card major.
Yeah.
And only denies a 5-card major, which is actually my preferred treatment, although I've seen other people play it other ways.
Well, beginners are welcome here, Sylvian. Glad to have you here. We're all learning here.
It's not civilian?
Civilian? Is it civilian or Zilvian? It's a Villian. It's clearly... I moved the L in front of everything else. Thank you, Sam.
I said to turn around. The wind is very loud.
I can't hear your wind.
Well, that's because my microphone is good, I guess.
Good microphone. Good.
It's very loud for me.
Yeah. So 3-0 Trump. Where are the winners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you guess spades right, you get 3 more. If you guess spades wrong, you get 2 more, and you have to squeeze one out somewhere else.
Clubs yeah, I think it's pretty likely that we'll go after clubs before spades.
Yeah.
Because there's no guess in the club suit, and there's no rush to set up spades right now.
Right. If they had started with diamonds,
not super threatening.
No, you don't get 4 hearts here,
I don't
Civilian, because this is the opening lead. I know that looks like they split 3-3, but in the end here you don't.
So, I don't know. Would you just, if you were playing this hand, would you have just won the King of Hearts and played a club?
Yeah, I probably would have won the King of Hearts and just played a club, but there's also some entry possibility problems here going on. Because you want to be able to take that club finesse multiple times, and you're not sure where the ace of spades is. And you don't necessarily want to be playing the ace of diamonds yourself. Oh. Of course. Yes, this is the wonderful Sam Pock. He is known as Sam Pock pretty much everywhere, and he is also on the U21 Junior USA team. So yes, we love this is the Sam. And yeah, I guess you haven't seen him before then.
If you haven't seen my face, that's because I don't often a lot of my interaction with people online is by typing on Discord, and you can't really figure out what people look like from that in general. But I have a real face, promise.
Yeah, promise. Well, I see your real face. It's the same one that matches the Sam I've met in person. And also, fun fact about both of us, we are both surprisingly tall.
Yeah, Kai is taller, but I'm over 6 foot, and then Kai is like several inches taller than me. It's actually crazy.
So, yeah, if you haven't met us before in person, you will be surprised when you do. 6'3"? Oh, we're gonna be right next to each other, Civilian. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm 6'3", but people insist that I'm 6'4", or even 6'5", and I'm like, the measuring tape says otherwise. Maybe I have a faulty measuring tape. Yes, classic.
So, Berkowitz has gone exactly for the play we suggested of King of Hearts and running the Jack of Clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually sure what Martel is going to switch to here. I don't think it's exceedingly obvious.
Yeah, certainly not.
I think both a diamond switch and a heart continuation are pretty reasonable. But there's the diamond.
Diamond switch. And is in order to be preserving entries, will Berkowitz be winning this with the ace of diamonds, which looks highly awkward? No.
It does look very weird. I think Berkowitz is going to play a spade to the queen now.
Yeah, certainly.
It just seems like the most natural play. Of course, they're experts, and they're also not juniors, so they're going to be taking some time to think about their play before playing a spade to the queen.
So far, we don't know much about honor placements, except for the fact that South has turned up with the queen of diamonds, king of clubs, and very likely the jack of diamonds. You're getting a thank you from Rob to coming to commentate. Sam.
I'm happy to be here. It's always nice to be watching Bridge. I probably would have been watching this match anyway, so it's nice to be able to talk about it with people.
You do have a channel yourself. You could have live streamed it yourself too. It's better to do
Well,
it
that
together.
would require convincing my potato Chromebook that it wants to be able to live stream, and that's difficult. This is the Vanderbilt finals. It's being held in Memphis in person.
Yes, this is a huge event. Originally started off with what was it? What was it like? 54 teams or something?
55, I think.
55.
Oh, okay. We've got some
Oh, nice to the 10. Guessing
action
the
here.
jacks.
Spade to the 10 works. It forces out the ace from north, and
Interesting play by Martel to overtake with the jack. Key thing here saying, I've got the 8-7. I'm not worried about the heart suit. Just a communication to partner.
I do like that play. Just tells your partner that they've got the heart guard.
So at this point, Merkowitz just needs to set up a club trick, and he's good.
I
Wait,
think
no,
at this point,
he's got a entry problem, doesn't he?
I don't think so. I think if he plays a club now, then he's fine.
But how do you get all the spades? Maybe you don't need to get all the spades. I guess he just calculated
No,
how many tricks he needs.
You can get all the spades. Right, you just play the club, and if someone wins it and exits a spade, you just win it with the queen, and then you cash dummies tricks and cross back to the king of spades to cash the queen of hearts and the 14th and the 13th spade.
Right. Well, I'm saying that if spades didn't split 3-3,
If spades didn't split 3-3, then you could play the exact same way, but the spade at the end would just not be good, which is, I'm assuming, why they've claimed. Because they can just say, I'm going to play it exactly like this, and if the 9 of spades is good, I make 4, which it is.
Yes, Civilian. These are the last 2 teams remaining. This is it. This is the end. Right, Rob. Making life easy for your partner is a huge part of the game, and it is often overlooked. All right. Wilson got 1 imp back there by brilliant play from Berkowitz. Goes pass.
It's unfortunate. I think it's very possible that in an alternate universe, Declarer is able to go down in 3-no trump after misguessing the spades.
Yeah.
Especially if there are entry problems, and especially on an original diamond lead. But in this case, Berkowitz's great play is only worth 1 imp. And we've got some spice on this board. We've got a classic 3 diamond opener on Jack 10 6th and an 11 count.
But you are non-vulnerable, 3rd seat. Your partner's passed. You have very little interest in game. All you have interest in right now is mucking up the opponent's auction.
I think it's a great bid, and
I
I
agree.
probably would have bid it at the table. I'm just saying that it's very, I won't say
looking.
non-standard, but non-traditional.
Yeah. It doesn't look normal to the naked bridge eye. You're like, huh? Were you preempting with that suit? Really? But we get the Jack of Spades lead. Declarer here is going...
It a good bid? I think it's a good bid.
I
Did
personally...
it work on this hand? I guess we'll see.
I personally love this bid. I would have bid this instantly. The main purpose here is that most of the time we're looking for game, right? So when we hold the North's cards and our partner is already passed, do we have a shot at game? Not really. I don't see it. And the point is that what you're doing is you're taking away space from the opponents. So it makes life hard, especially with the North cards, for them to possibly find their major fit or game.
As the cards lie, it looks like 3-no trump would probably have made by the East-West, although it's certainly a very difficult contract to bid.
Mm-hmm.
So if their teammates can bid and make 3 no trump, that will be a huge win. And if their teammates are in some other part score, then that would be a small win.
Yep.
Unless this goes down too many tricks. I don't think it will when you have Jack 10 9 8. It's very safe.
But I do genuinely have a feeling that the auction is going to be somewhat replicated. I think that the 3 diamonds bid is pretty normal.
I think that's certainly a possibility.
So Declare here is going to lose 3 diamonds. They're going to lose a heart. They're going to lose a club. So they're probably going to go down 1 at best. There is a problem for Declare here, which is when the defense finds this club return, Declare is going to run out of trump really, really fast.
Yeah, and there's also the problem of how to play the heart suit. The natural play of low to the queen is going to fail, but if given the relative lack of dummy entries, Fleischer will probably choose to run the queen, which is the probably certainly better play, and also happens to be the one that works here.
Yeah. And another note for chat, Sam here was one of the either the winner or one of the winners in the suit combo contest at the pre-training workshop at our.
Technically, I won.
You won.
Cornelius Duffy and I both had a perfect score, but I was very slightly faster.
So Sam knows his suit combos and is going to definitely be great at commenting what the best way to play a suit is. But of course, most of the time those suit combos are in a vacuum, and it's hard to apply that. Oh, and Sam is also a world-class bridge speedrunner. He created bridge speedrunning.
I wouldn't say I created it. I just made my own rules and then and you can't really call yourself the world champion if you make your own rules for something and then you're the first person to set a record.
Zavillion believes that you can. He's in support of whatever bridge speed running is, but he wants to know what bridge speeding run is first.
It involves doing a robot challenge really fast and also winning.
So do you just have to
win? It's basically like you just do any robot challenge as fast as you can while still winning. That's a bridge speed run.
And you go and of course there is a hard cap unless there's some weird bridge-based tech. But basically, Sam was insta-clicking cards.
I was doing a lot of passing out, which I know there are people here that disapprove of that, but when you're speedrunning, the fastest way to finish a board by far is to not have to play the hand.
So what's the current bridge speedrunning record then?
For what category? If it's 4 boards, I have it. It's 39 seconds.
39 seconds. 39 seconds. Wow.
But back to the professionals. So yeah, in this particular heart suit, this is actually just a useful combination to know because it comes up with some frequency. I think the correct play is actually like somewhat better than the alternatives, which is to run the queen first, and then if it loses to the king, run the 8. Which picks basically, it picks up all 3-2 breaks except king jack offside, and also all 4-1 breaks except king jack 4th offside.
Yeah. So not opting to run the queen, as Sam suggested.
This is an interesting. Like, is he going to play the 9 or the ace? Or I guess the 7 is equivalent.
Why not? Oh, I said why not the 5? Adoy.
I don't think the 5 is the right play when East has played the 6. But I'm surprised Fleischer hasn't tried to draw trumps here.
I think that he
Maybe
just
they're
knows that it's fruitless. Just try to get as many tricks as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean the risk of getting capped out is certainly there.
He's embracing the tap out, I guess. He's come to terms with it, and he's trying to just scramble out as many tricks as he possibly can.
If that's the case, I certainly agree that if you're not going to draw trumps, you have to play on hearts here. But he does have to get the hearts correct.
Well, I guess playing to the ace and then running. I mean, actually,
No,
even if he plays to the even if he plays the 9, he can still drop the king, possibly.
Yes, if he plays the 9, he can still drop the king. The worry is if he plays the ace and he plays 1 to the queen, now he's in trouble.
Yeah.
I think the 9 is likely to be the correct play.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing is, if you're worried about roughs, oh boy.
Okay, I guess it was lost.
We'll never know.
The thread was lost, and we don't know what happened, and we may never know what happened unless we ask them ourselves.
We can make a guess. I'm gonna guess that that Fleischer did play the 9, and that East West only were able to get three trump tricks, 1 club trick, 1 heart trick, and then were able to get a trump at the end because trumps couldn't get drawn.
Oh. Ferns the Druid is in chat. Hello. Do you want to join us? Doxed?
Doxed.
Wow. What if he didn't want to be doxed?
Then he shouldn't have come on the stream.
Fair. But it's gone pass. Pass. Are we going to see another pass out?
Pass out potential?
Pass out potential detected? You want in?
I don't know. This does not seem like the kind of hand you want to be opening in 3rd seat. Yeah. The pass out.
Oh my gosh. This is the second pass out in the final of the Vanderbilt. This is insane.
I suspect that many people would have opened 1 heart with Fleischer's hand. It is a decent suit, and you do have an 11 count, but without any aces, it might look a little sketchy. I do think it's...
Sam, would you want to invite Michael to the call?
Yeah, sure. Give me a
Yeah, civilian. DQ? Do we have to disqualify everyone?
Team Fleischer is disqualified from the Vanderbilt.
Well, Berkowitz played a part. He was in 3rd seat. He passed.
He did pass in 3rd seat.
Are you not friends with Michael on Discord?
No, I'm just figuring out how to add him to the...
There's a little thing in the call in the top where you can add friends to DM. You kind of have to hover above the top. Yeah. Okay. Why, hello there.
Hello, hello.
So now we've got Michael in here too.
I need to go to the Graph stream here. I'm not on it.
We are at the table with Fleischer, Martel, and Janissar Berkowitz.
All right, I'll get on there.
And we have a result on board 3 at the other table. North opened only 1 diamond, and North-South reached a making 3 hearts for a 6-imp win for Wolfson.
No.
All right. Got everyone in? So if you hear a voice speaking without Sam or my mouths moving, that is Michael. Sam's bridge partner.
You want me to introduce Michael, or okay, you
Go ahead.
kind of just introduced.
That's all. Sam's bridge partner.
That's just me. Nobody knows me otherwise. That's all I am.
So this is Michael Haas. He's been my bridge partner for something like what, 7 years now? Basically my entire bridge career. He's a fellow USBF junior, also a member of the U21 USA 1 team with myself and Danny, who was here earlier. And he was actually the person that got me into the junior program. So, thank you, Michael.
No problem. Although I believe I can claim credit for approximately none of your success in it. But I'm certainly glad to be your partner. So Fleshly is a hard against a no trump here. Seems like it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, you lead your 5 card suit.
Force
Yeah.
from your longest and strongest never fails, except all the times that it's a bad lead. But
well, in that
certainly-
case, he catches his partner with Jack Doubleton, which is the thing you want to see there. Although,
Yes.
kind of curious to see how West will play. What West will play on spades here, because that seems like the pivotal decision here.
Yeah, so Declare currently has 2 heart tricks, 2 club tricks. They're gonna finesse it. I mean, 2 heart tricks, 2 club tricks, 2 spade tricks, and I guess you just have to guess the spades properly, or you could just play ace of clubs
No, I
and
mean,
another club, and then you can get your last trick in
well,
clubs.
you'll just force it. I mean, even if you get the spades wrong, you'll because the hearts aren't established yet, you'll be able to force out a third trick there. So you will make it, but so you'll make it no matter what, right?
Well, that's all we care about. We can stop
Yeah.
commentating now. No.
I'm still curious to see. I'm still curious as to which way he guesses it, but it shouldn't much matter because. So.
Well, depending on how if he guesses the spades correctly, then he might be able to. Ooh,
There he goes. Genosar
yeah,
just
he might be able
immediately
to
goes for the spade finesse.
establish a
I might be able to make an up trick by playing on clubs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is this what we could call a 360 no scope in bridge? Like you don't even have to do any sort of discovery plays. You just go and take the finesse. Like this
you
is just
take the
flashy.
finesse and it works. That
Yeah.
was actually what happened already this set on board 2. It's a very similar 2-way guess where they just took the one that was most convenient for entries and it held, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
it's interesting, and let's see. It's interesting because they are down by a reasonable amount, so they could consider taking the opposite line for this 9, but just to try to swing a little bit. But
I don't necessarily think swinging that kind is really worth it in when you're playing for a single over trick.
Well, you might be. Yeah, I suppose in this case that's true. That is true. You're always making it, so.
Right. So,
Yeah.
But in a situation where it's purely equal, you could consider. It's a thing to consider.
Yeah.
I'm not
The
sure.
thing is, in this case, it's not purely equal with this exact suit combination, because if South has queen and 1 spade, you can pick that up for 4 tricks. Well, if North has queen and 1 spade, you can't pick that up.
That's true.
Really screwing with your entries.
So it wasn't a pass out at the other table on board 4. 3 hearts by North down 1, which ended up being 3 imps to Team Fleischer. And yes, Rob is correct. 25 more boards in the entirety of the Vanderbilts. Gosh, it feels like it's almost over.
What is the final? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what can happen sometimes when you open that North hand 1 heart on board 4. Is it just you partner looking for a red game gets you a little too high and you just go down. And
yeah, hard to blame South for wanting to try for something there. Although I don't know what their exact style is. So if North is supposed to open hands much weaker than that, I could see South trying to take a different line. But it's hard to blame you for hard to blame anyone for that sort of raise with the hand that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 4 trumps is so nice, and there is a pretty sizable vulnerable game bonus. So
Yeah, I mean it's
especially for
interesting
a-
because it's
especially for
interesting
a
because as the North hand and it's interesting because if you knew that there was a pass out at the other table, you would certainly take a different line because the imp odds shift a bit, I think. But
yes, but for a team that's trailing by so much in the match, I think
oh no, I'm not suggesting that what they did was wrong, but it's just interesting in the way the imp odds shift because of pass outs because that's not something you see super often.
but it's also very hard sometimes to predict whether what's going to happen at the other table.
That's definitely true. I'm not saying that either of them should have known. I just thought it was sort of interesting. All right, so we got.
This board is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously North-South has the. Obviously North-South has a significant spade fit. And it feels like a lot of auctions should end up with them hitting, finding 4 spades. But, yeah.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good contract, and I find it difficult to believe that East West will manage to talk them out of it. Although, I'm not sure. Do they play like a multi? Do they play a preemptive 2 diamonds or a multi, some sort of multi or other?
I actually don't know the East-West system because they do not have.
Yeah.
There's no convention cards on Boograph.
I'm the same
Okay.
way. Don't know. But whatever
Yeah,
happens,
I mean,
whatever happens.
Sure, but if they play a preemptive 2 diamonds, and that might be one of the only ways of talking North-South out of something, because South has a little bit of an awkward call over that. Without that, I think
Well,
there's no.
I think opening 2 diamonds on King Jack 5th at unfavorable might.
Oh, I saw the vulnerability wrong. I thought it was favorable. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was favorable. At which point the 2 diamond bid would not be as insane.
You're right. It might have been one of the only ways, but not gonna
So
happen.
is this a T Walsh 1 heart?
It's gotta be.
Yeah. Yeah, so they just posted it in chat. Viewgraph guys just posted it in chat.
Yeah, they were playing T Walsh before the beginning of the half, so
Presumably they're still playing T Walsh.
yeah, I would expect
So I suspect that the auction will end pretty quickly. 2 spades by South, 4 spades by North.
Yeah, there's no way you're not getting there, I think. I mean, do you know if their system shifts on colors, or are they just always,
I think the only people who do that are Grumas.
Okay. Feels like a slight exaggeration, but fair enough.
It's probably a slight exaggeration. They were certainly, I think, one of the highest profile pairs who played systems varying by vulnerability, but
yes.
I don't think Fleischer Martel do that.
Yes, civilian. 1 heart shows spades. They play transfers over a 1 club, showing your 4 card majors through transferring. That's a lot of versatility.
I think it's actually a very, very good convention if you can learn to play it correctly.
Club lead, and probably the safest thing on a club lead is just to pitch a diamond from dummy, because at that point, well, no. If you club lead, if you rough it, if you rough it, you can. No, I mean, I guess pitching a diamond from dummy doesn't really gain you anything, because you'll guarantee you just take the loser now, but that doesn't really help you.
But
so you probably rough and dummy and just play on trumps.
Yeah, it does. You can.
I actually
pitch 3 diamonds.
I think pitching the diamond does help because it loses a trick now, but it gains you 2 winners that you don't have to rough in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you have entry. Yeah, you have entry problems because you can't get to anything.
I do think we are going to see Martel pitch a diamond, or possibly even a heart on the club. It's just deciding which one. I think he's decided to probably pitch instead of trump, but he just needs to figure out which one he's going to pitch.
Yeah, I mean the problem with a heart, What was the heart? I guess either one.
I will say that it's also possible that he has decided on what he's probably going to do on this trick, but is considering the whole hand and letting the rest of the play out.
Yeah, I mean,
it probably is quite likely that he's going. I think the diamond is probably a better thing to pitch than a heart, because
if he pitches a diamond, right, and it goes something like heart to the ace and diamond through, then I guess he just pops and crosses to hand and tries to peel off 2 clubs pitching diamonds for dummy. But that actually
Well, when you
that
cross
actually
the
won't
hand
work.
with the ace of
You'll
spades,
find
and you
you'll
keep
find
going
his
with it.
fade. You'll find the queen, and then at that point you have 2 clubs to diamond, 5 trumps, the king of hearts, and then a ruff. So you should be able to get there playing it most ways.
I
Yeah.
suspect, if I suspect at this point that this is gonna make 4 and possibly 5, although possibly not, right? With trumps are 3-1, and the jack of clubs doesn't come in, so
Yeah, you'd need
even
2
with
roughs
the
in
heart
hand
on
for that.
side, you
Which
can't get 2 roughs.
I mean, I think he probably does play a heart here because it doesn't seem like there's much of a cost to doing so.
I agree.
So we may see that. So we may actually see 2 roughs in hand because the ace is on side, so he can get. Yeah.
Yes, but if you take 2 roughs, then you can't draw trumps before playing clubs. So East will ruff the queen of clubs and put you back at 10 check.
Yes, that's true.
So all
Although I
roads
think
lead to 10 then.
yeah, I mean he'll probably go for the 2 roughs and then finding them will be able to, we'll just lose a different trick, but.
I suspect he will go for the 2 roughs since, of course, if trumps are 2-2. Actually, he might just draw trumps.
Yeah.
Either way, I think he's going to make 5 if trumps are 2-2, and as the cards lie, he'll only make 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
When
that
this
does
line
reduce
is
the possibility of of random overruff from West.
Yeah.
Although, if West pitched the queen and then overruffs you with the 10 of spades and queen 10 doubled, then that would be a pretty sick play. But they could have made it. It's not something that they couldn't make. It couldn't potentially do. It's.
Yeah, and there's also the chance that the jack of clubs could be dropping and you get an extra pitch in clubs because of that. So I think
Precisely.
that drawing trump is probably the line here.
Yeah. At this point, I agree.
And I looked for a second to see if there might be some kind of squeeze, but no, there's not really just nothing.
You can always give it a go.
Yeah,
We love
I mean,
squeezes.
well, I mean, Berkowitz has the king jack of diamonds, so there's nothing you can do.
Well,
Like, yeah,
I was thinking in the majors. Sorry, not the majors. The
Clubs and hearts.
rounded suits, clubs and hearts. But you just really don't have the entries to play off all the trumps and also be in hand, which is where you need to be.
Don't have enough entries.
Yeah.
To the south hand.
Looking very much like a making 4 here.
Yep.
Proquar's awake, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for the sub. $11 tricks.
And by the way, results in on board 5. It was a push in 1 no trump making 1.
Yep.
So
for people, assume it's. Yeah, they peeled off 4 diamonds and switched to a heart, and then.
Civilian, that's an interesting sleep schedule you've got going on over there. You are on the Gabor sleep schedule.
We don't
what if
talk about
Gabor is on the civilian sleep schedule? Huh?
Ooh.
One no trump. Genus R.
Seems normal.
Yep.
I'm not sure what their system is, but a lot of many systems don't have a way of showing single suited diamonds, which you'd kind of like to here. Although,
I'm not sure I would even show single suited diamonds here.
I mean, if you could, if I could get it, if I could make a natural 2 diamonds overcall, I think I might. But I think if it's anything, otherwise, I'm probably. I'm not going to 3 level certainly.
I think the much more interesting question is whether East tries a natural quantitative invite to 3 no, or.
I mean, again, if they play a standard 15 to 17, it's probably a pass. But Ace King 4th is nice.
I mean, if you look at your your partner has a full-blooded 17 count, and I suppose you're somewhat unlucky to be off the first 5 diamond tricks.
Sure, but you also don't have any tricks, even if you aren't.
Yes,
Like,
I think
you have
it's
absolutely no tricks in this situation, right? You have
Whoa,
like even
Civilian,
if hearts
thank you
split,
for
you'd
the
have like
sub.
4 hearts, ace king, ace queen. If Ian, and you'd still need
Yeah.
Ian, and you'd still need a
And
third
Procars, thank you
spade,
for gifting
even
the
if hearts were
sub.
3-3, which they're
You are
not.
too kind.
So it's yeah.
so I
For
think
3 months in a row.
So 2 spades clubs are
That's
range
awesome.
ask, and then get to 3-0. But
Procars is the best.
it's
I think one
Dude.
reason that it might be good for Berkowitz to look for the vulnerable game is, of course, his team came into the quarter down 40 imps, and
yeah.
these first several boards haven't really been.
Yeah, I mean, the first several boards haven't been amazing, although I don't think they've looked. The first several boards haven't looked particularly crazy at this table.
Yeah.
I think. So I mean,
I
I
think
wouldn't.
if I were
I
Berkowitz, I would
I
make
wouldn't expect that anything crazy. And there had been a lot of imp swung, I think, with the card that he's looking at.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you're still down. You have no tricks, but that is not the that is a lead that will certainly make it easier. Although, albeit certainly the one that I would make.
well, I think you really have no choice but to win the Queen of Diamonds,
I mean, you
cross
have
to
to.
the Ace of Hearts, and take a spade finesse. That seems just the most direct route to
Yeah, I mean, you
take a
probably
deep
just
spade
play for
finesse.
both. You probably you just play for both spade honors on side here,
Or
because I don't
four
think you.
diamonds, also a possibility.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Civilian,
that's also true.
we need to go into why we underlead the ace king of diamonds here. It's a matter of keeping communication. If you try to cash the ace king first without the proper information, your partner could get blocked out of the diamond suit when you don't have ample entries. So it looks really, really weird, but if we were to cash the ace king of diamonds and play another diamonds, and let's say we didn't have the king of spades or something like that, then South would no longer have any diamonds left and could not play diamonds to us if that was the only entry to diamonds. So, but by playing a low diamond, if they always had a stopper in diamonds, they're going to get that stopper now. But then we use the ace king to take out the rest of everything else, and the diamonds run smoothly after that. So it's a matter of maintaining communication. And also, if partner had Queen Doubleton of diamonds, you don't want to play the ace because now it's blocked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So statistically, people have found that anytime you are in a no-trump contract, yeah, it's pretty much only bad against Queen Doubleton. Or maybe just Queen Third with West, because sometimes in those cases you want to be leading a different suit to get partner to lead through the queen.
Although in this case, Queen Third with West, if West holds Queen Third, your chances of getting a diamond throw are not spectacular. Holding 12 of the outstanding high card points yourself.
Yes, you could argue that if West had Queen Third, it would be just good to play a diamond now because it would get the suit going.
This is yeah. I mean, with how strong the North hand is, there's more of a case than usual to be made for leading a high honor, because you're not expecting to be able to. You're not expecting partner to come up with much, so your chances of hitting partner with the queen, a blocking queen holding are lowered, and your chances of partner getting in and being able to usefully hook are lowered. Because if lowered. The situation that maybe we didn't talk about specifically though is partner has too small in an entry. It's often good to lead low, because if the outstanding ones are 3-3, then you can still run the suit, which is definitely possible here. So I think if North had like another queen somewhere, I think North might have led a high honor, because at that point you're expecting partner to have literally nothing. So, but with partner still having the possibility of an entry, a low one is I think the standard play of a low one makes more sense.
Yes, especially because if neither opponent has 4 diamonds, you have decent chances of getting back in and being able to run the diamond suit anyways.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, that's why you need from 3 of a top of an honor sequence against no trump, not 2.
Yeah. If my hand were King Queen Jack, tight of spades with the same everywhere else. I think a high diamond lead 8 is probably the.
Or a high spade lead.
Yeah, I don't. You could lead a high spade. I'd probably lead a high diamond there, though. I mean, if you have king queen jack tight of spades, if you have king queen jack X, then I think that's different. Because with king queen jack tight, I'd probably lead a high diamond because maybe my partner can have the jack of diamonds, and I can pick up a loose queen doubleton, but otherwise we're never beating it. So probably,
Yeah, it does look
unless
odd.
I have that anyway.
Yeah,
So.
I support you in that sentiment that it does look odd to underlead the ace king. Because they tell us not to underlead aces. Why would we underlead ace king? Truth is, it's no trump.
So this declare play problem is interesting. Like, it's just really a really rough spot here for Dinosaur.
Yeah, so they've got the queen of diamonds, 2 clubs, 3 hearts, ace of spades.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah. I mean, you'd love to be able to test hearts here, but you just can't, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can at least play 2 rounds of hearts safely.
You can play 2 rounds of hearts safely, but that doesn't actually tell you anything because you can't play the third one because then you'll give up your chances of making it if one's because then
if
you're
hearts are 5-1 like they are here, then it actually does help.
It does help.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately,
I mean,
for declare,
it gives you more distribution, but it doesn't necessarily. But it doesn't tell you how to play the heart. Like if you don't see someone show out, you can't catch the third round.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for declare here is that once they lose the lead, they're just down. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
you could try something very interesting here. Queen and a heart, and once North shows out, a diamond.
Yeah?
Wait. Did you say play a diamond?
Play a diamond.
Oh, yes. You're trying to get it. Well, I mean, the idea is you're trying to get him to squeeze his partner.
Yeah.
But I don't think which is an interesting plan, but in this case, it's just a
no,
cool idea.
It could also just be literally just end played after running the diamonds.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, that's wacky. Wait,
yeah, that is.
But I think unfortunately that is only good enough for an 8th trick, not a.
Yeah, he can exit a spade at the end, or even a club.
Well, a club, assuming that he hasn't pitched a club on the second heart.
That's true. Yeah, which he probably does.
And South doesn't have enough difficult pitches to be squeezed out of anything.
Yeah, South can
they
are pitch 2 clubs and a heart.
Yes, they can pitch 2 clubs and a heart. Dang, I really wanted that to work because, like, if they pitch a spade, then they're also in trouble too because you can just play ace spades and another spade, maybe. Oh wait, no, you're not in trouble.
No, I mean even if South pitches, South could pitch like every spade they have, and they would still be fine to iron, right? As long as North has as the king.
As the king,
I think because they only do 1 more trick. So.
Yes, as long as North doesn't then subsequently lead away from said king. Although.
No, North could still subsequently lead away from said king as long as it's still guarded afterwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
What we really need to happen is to steal the 2 of diamonds from Fleischer's hand.
You know, when you come up with a method of doing that works at the table and your opponents don't object to it, you gotta let me know.
Also, the directors not objecting to it.
If everyone at the table's cool with it, you know.
Yeah, then they don't call the director. The director never knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Except they're going to look at the view graph after and be like, huh? Well, actually, the view graph wouldn't know either, so...
Yeah. No, he was just worried about squeezing his partner. That's why he didn't catch his 5th diamond.
Yeah, give a good enough excuse.
I mean, yeah. Not catching out your 5-card suit and 3-note to avoid a suicide, please, is one of those cool plays that doesn't happen very often. But unfortunately, we won't get to see it here because East West is really just...
We've gotten a note from Al Hollander in the BBO commentary box saying that Eckenberg led the ace of diamonds for that reason of holding the king of spades, saying that he's got an entry. He's not worried about it.
Well, the option was different at the other table.
We should.
East invited using Stamen, and West responded with 2 spades. So now North knows that they have the king of spades behind West's known spade length, which makes it more likely that they're the one with the entry.
Yeah, and they can tell their partner has a heart stack, and they know their partner has a heart stack, and they have the club guard, so they can tell the
Yes.
player has no tricks, and will have to let them in at some point.
Anyways, at this table, Declare has played a spade to the queen. It's lost to the king. North has run the diamonds, and I think eventually, assuming Janusar pitches a club here, he's going to be able to take the spade finesse for the 8th trick and only down 1.
Right, but what if the queen is dropping doubleton, man?
Once you pitch
Yeah,
the club from dummy, you've committed to it, I think.
Oh, true.
The
Yeah.
funny thing is that at this point, Janusar doesn't know how the hearts are splitting.
Yeah, because he only cashed 1 heart.
He's only cashed 1 heart, but he'll find
curious
out
why he
very
only cashed
quickly.
1.
He'll know.
If
What?
Janusar actually only
well,
actually
that settles it.
no, now he can claim.
Well, now you know. Now you know.
No, oh, no. They played the 8 of
No,
clubs,
it's-
not the 8 of spades.
Ooh,
That's my guess here.
no, I
Could
think
be.
it's just
Hello? Down
Oh.
1. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, they just
okay,
went
yeah,
and
well,
landed. Okay.
down
Not-
1, which
not-
is the
not
result we
shocking.
expected.
That's what we
Um,
thought was going to happen.
Yep.
Given what we know about the results in the other table, this could be a pickup of 3 imps for Wolfson.
Wolfson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Reno Trump going off 2. Yeah, Reno Trump is off 2. I think the other table because the diamonds get cashed immediately, and you really just have, and you still don't have 8 tricks.
All right, West starts out with a pass. We're probably going to be seeing some form of no trump from Fleischer.
Yeah, and then I'm sure Barkowitz is going to get in here with that suit.
Probably a 2 diamonds if they play multi-landy.
Yeah.
Which I think we've seen already, right? So
Yes, and then
Single suited major.
yeah, and then I'm assuming I'm assuming they have some double axe for majors thing, I guess, or and South is quite South knows what the suit is, so they're certainly going to. I'm not sure what their agreement is in terms of making a statement-esque bid here, but I would guess it's probably double, but
South has a really good idea of what the suit is.
yes.
I think South would definitely like to get into the auction, but I'm wondering what North-South methods are.
Yeah, that was my thought too. Like, what is double a statement-esque bid here, or like you have to pass and double 2 spades, the 2 spades they know is coming later.
I think if passing and doubling 2 spades is their way to show this hand, then I think that's a very reasonable thing to do. And
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
it's
that's
gonna pan out for them exactly how they'd like it to.
Take out double.
Yep. I mean, yeah. I mean, Fleischer, when being confronted with a double of 2 spades, I guess just what do you even bid? What do you bid with the north hand over the double of 2 spades? It's sort of interesting. I mean, I
it
guess
went
I'm
on
assuming
3. That's
Could be
5
pass.
imps for Wolf.
well, 3. I guess.
Ooh.
No, wait. How did they go on 3? They don't have. How did they go on 3? Hold up. That doesn't make any sense. What's the? I mean, he cashed 5 diamonds off the top, and then Bernard blocked on second one. Heart club. Oh wait,
Wrong
he
hand.
pitched the queen of spades from hand. Why did I thought you pitched the queen of spades from hand? But even if he did, if he plays a spade now, he wins. Interesting. Okay, yeah, he does bid 2-0, which is kind of what I expected. You don't have another bid. I guess he could bid 3-0, but
I guess he was just going for that queen falling.
I mean, it feels. I mean, you have a. I mean, you haven't. You still, even at this point, you still have. Oh wait, he cashed the. Yeah, he cashed the 2 clubs before the ace of spades. There, interesting. I see. So yeah, he just goes down 2 there.
Down 3.
Or down 3. Yeah, 2 more is where my brain was at. Yeah, so north-south look fit to end in 2-0 here, unless West decides to stick his neck out for no reason.
I would be highly surprised if West decided to stick his neck out for no reason.
Yeah, it seems a little much with this hand. Like you have a bunch of random you have a random king and random queen and no spade honors. Doesn't seem like the time to go.
You'll
I'm somewhat
say for no
surprised that
reason, but if he does it, he's got a reason.
No Trump. I would have expected something like.
I mean, what else is he gonna bid? Like I mean, I think his only other reasonable options are 3 no Trump and maybe pass. But I think he's giving Berkowitz a reasonable amount of credit. What?
Not 3 clubs.
I mean, I'm assuming the double is not pure takeout and is more negative and is more hearts oriented. I don't know. I would assume it's. I'm assuming it's like. I don't think that. I kind of doubt the double is pure hearts. Is pure takeout. It has to be some kind of hearts oriented bid. Just because like. That's kind of what just because of the nature of these auctions. So, I don't think he can bid 3 clubs, and yeah.
But the
If
other
he had like no
question
spades
is,
cover, I guess.
do you really feel like playing in 2-no Trump though?
I mean, you never feel like playing in 2-no Trump.
Trump is not to play in 2-no Trump, but it's if partner has a good enough hand to play in 3-no Trump.
Yeah.
I will say that on these cards, 2-no Trump looks unlikely to make.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 1 spade, 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a club. Seems like 2-no can make. Although he has to figure out he has to guess which minor to play on. Yeah.
One of these
interesting
works,
to not.
One of them doesn't.
Interesting to not see a hold up on the first spade, but I guess you just. Oh no, you don't want a heart switch because then you'll. It's at that point because you're a little bit. No. If you have a heart switch, then you can safely test both minors. I guess he just didn't feel like holding up because it can't really gain anything either.
Right.
But yeah, it feels much more natural.
Like a 9-card suit.
Yeah, I mean, I was more thinking Berkowitz could have a 7-card suit, but even then, and because everything is finessing into him, there's not much you can do. And he should get it wrong here because he should play on clubs here, not diamonds, and that will spell his imminent demise. I mean, it doesn't actually matter. I don't think he doesn't have the entries to take the diamond finesse and all of his tricks.
We've also got word from the other room that North is playing 3-no Trump at the other table after West bid somewhat more aggressively.
Interesting. They get to 3 spades. They bid to 3 spades somehow, I guess?
Yeah.
Huh. That's definitely bold. And you're non-vulnerable, so I can see the appeal in that, but you also have a hand that looks that doesn't look like it'll enjoy playing 3 spades.
Well, unfortunately here, Declare has taken the wrong finance. The stock market crashed on him.
I mean, there's no way to make it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you play some diamonds.
Technically, there is. You could take 3 diamond tricks and 2 hearts and then exit a spade.
3 diamond tricks, 2 hearts, exit. Okay, fine. Yes, there is.
Yes,
that is disgusting. That is a disgusting line that does work. No one's playing that, though. That would be, like, the most specific thing of all time. Holy heck.
Why
yeah,
not?
and 3-0 goes down. 3-0 goes down 2 at the other table. Because, I mean, that line relies on the king of diamonds to be onside, and you need to, and East has to have only 2 hearts, right?
Yeah.
So you're just playing for a straight. It's just strictly worse than playing for the king of clubs onside.
Well, if the diamond split 3-3, doesn't it work too?
No, not if the king's offside.
Entries. You don't have the entries.
Not if the king's offside, right? Like the line involving finesse. The lines Einstein was talking about involves finessing diamonds, like playing queen of diamonds and then playing diamond to the into the 10 or the jack of I'm playing a diamond to the 10.
No, not playing a
Or-
diamond to the 10. Playing the queen of diamonds. You have to take the
Queen of
first
diamonds, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, diamond to the ace, cash the king of hearts, and exit with a spade to east to end play him into giving you a club. But that line requires that east only has 2 hearts and requires west to have the king of diamonds. So it's definitely an inferior line. Even if diamonds were 3-3, you'd still need even if diamonds were 3-3, you still need to rely on the end play because you can't ever get 4 diamond tricks. Whereas if you plan clubs and the king's on side, you just win. You're just fine immediately.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
This is of course much better. And similarly in 3-no trump, you might be able to make 3-no trump if the king of clubs is on side by finessing both suits and playing on clubs first.
Or by playing essentially the same line but with the minor suits switched and trying to end play east to lead away from the king of diamonds.
Well, but in 3-no trump you have too many losers for that.
That's true. Losing 5 spade tricks is enough, but east might be if east does have the king of diamonds, they'll get strip squeezed on the run of the clubs.
Let me count that out. You cash 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Yes, that's true.
All right. New board. One
Be
spade.
a hell of a play though.
1-no trump. West bidding their club
Fleischer
suit.
is not scared of singleton kings, it seems. And East-West are not scared of their opponent's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, this is just feels like it's pretty difficult to beat because you just kind of Fleischer does not have a suit that he wants to lead.
Nope.
I suppose he can lead a spade. It just won't work out very well for him, and he can lead a diamond, but it also.
I mean, hey, he could lead
Goes
the
to
ace
the
of
diamond.
hearts and cash his winners, but I don't know, like he just none of the leads he can make do anything, and his opponent can just freely set up 5 club tricks. So
Sag.
actually, his opponents can freely set up 6 club tricks because they're going to win the ace of diamonds in hand to prevent blocking. They're going to win the ace of diamonds in hand not get blocked.
They're going to win the ace of diamonds in hand to prevent blocking, and then play a club to the queen to prevent blocking.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have entry problems both ways potentially.
It's very mean, the hand that gives you these kinds of entry problems.
I don't know. I think NSR is going to be happy that the hand is such that he can take 9 tricks and 3-no trump.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
with the cards he has, it's basically guaranteed. With the cards he has, it's very hard for the defense to have it. I mean, they could be able to take 4 heart tricks, but it isn't likely. Like especially with North being in the with North opening and then bidding this way, it's definitely possible that South has King Queen 10x of hearts, which would be very sad. So he could try to just, but you can't try to rely on the club finesse because that's always going to be you can't try to take the club finesse because at that point you're to avoid that because at that point you're playing South for King Queen 10x of hearts and the King of clubs, which is impossible. So, and
I have an interesting question. Hypothetically, if North had not had to play the King of clubs on the club towards the queen, would you never mind. Wait. Ignore my hypothetical question.
Okay.
I forgot West had 2 diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one's pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
The heart return's a little scary, but
he's gonna sweat. Yeah, he's gonna sweat for a second, and then take 10 of hearts, and then he's okay.
let's see if Martel cashes the King of Hearts.
It feels pretty obvious that you have to, considering you just saw your partner's King of Clubs get pulled out, so you know that they have probably at least 4 more club tricks coming.
Yes, and of course, if your partner has a club entry, there's no rush to play a spade.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Well, you could play a spade immediately if you think that Declare only has. Actually, no. You could play spade immediately if you think Declare only has four more club tricks, because then at that point you only count 8 tricks.
On this
But
hand, it doesn't matter, which is funny.
well, in this hand it doesn't matter. Yeah, but like South might return a South could return a spade there because they can only see 8 tricks for Declare if their partner has started with King Double ten of clubs. So, yeah.
Yep. That's another push. It's like we've had several of these this set, but that's only the third one. It's
The
just
other
that
option,
we have
the
not
option
had
at the other
as many-
table is pretty simple. The other option at the other table, I believe, was the same. Or
Here's a cool fact. Through 9 boards, we've had 3 pushes and then 6 swings ranging from 1 imp to 6 imps.
yeah, we got
It's very
the
small.
ordered swings. Yeah, or if to get 7. Let's see. 7 is a tricky number to get specifically.
It's generally done with a decently sized double part score swing.
Yeah, normally these boards are not that flat, civilian.
I mean, depends. Depends on the sets. Some sets get flat. Some sets are flatter than others. Like we haven't seen any boards like there's been no slam deals, which just on average tends to be more swingy because I mean not I mean some players just like they get the 6 spades making it both tables and it's a push. But like there's a lot more slam deals like. It hinges on a lead, or it's easier, to, or there's multiple ways to play it, and those are the boards where you see 17 imps go flying, or what,
And really
14
notably,
on
we have not had any real boards where there's wild distribution, which is the one where the swings are most common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one was probably board 1.
Board 1 had the wildest distribution, but it ended up with
with someone betting 4 spades aids, and then that being contract, and then
at
then
the
that
other
being-
table the auction was more interesting, and they took a save over 4 spades and got to 5 clubs.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's open to the. I don't know if Versace cements a system, but I guess the club is the club semi-natural in that spot. What is the club? I guess, is that a Polish? Because like if it's a Polish club, I could see why Versace would have wanted to sack potentially.
I actually don't know what the club is. It could just be any balance. The clubs are balanced.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much a Polish, right? Like 12, 14, ballot, 18, 19, right? Or no, that can also include strong hands, I guess.
All right.
Polish club is basically a T-Walsh club with added possibilities.
Yeah.
So I
But I mean, it
switched
seems
to the
like
other table currently because
Alright.
of the waiting. Because they are playing at the other table currently.
Okay.
Got. How did the auction go? 1 spade by east, double from south, 3 diamonds by north. Yep, seems normal. Opening lead was a heart to the king, and then declare.
No, the opening lead was the queen of spades, won by the ace.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then they took the heart. Then Declare, I think, took the heart finesse.
Then the declare
Yes.
took heart finesse, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Now the defense are playing some diamonds because
drawing trump.
they don't want spade roughs, obviously. And then I guess you heart to the ace for off in hand. What if a spade and dummy or if a heart in hand?
And then club finesse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
you'll
the
lose.
only double dummy line to make it is draw the last trump, ace of hearts, heart rough, club queen, heart rough, club ace, and
Well,
cast the last card.
you can't draw the last trump because you'll have 2 spade losers at the end.
But that's enough.
Yeah,
Oh.
2 spade losers is fine.
Can't you just play the ace of hearts, rough something high? No, I guess.
Yeah, I would just try to rough low, but
Roughing,
Yeah, I mean,
getting
if you rough
over here is
nice.
actually fine. Funnily enough.
yeah, no, you can
Because-
afford to. You just trade it. You won't lose a second spade at the
Yeah,
end, and
no,
you'll
this
lose
is
a diamond
fine.
now. It's honors even.
There we go.
Yep.
Over Trump. And now what?
Probably
from
best return
East?
here is a club, but it
Low
doesn't
club?
matter. But South will just take the finesse because they have to, and they'll make it.
Yeah. Not enough pitches to do anything else.
Declare's gonna get 3 more diamond tricks, 2 more club tricks.
And
They've taken 3.
We actually have.
And a heart, yes, right.
If you want to switch back to the Martel Fleischer table,
sure.
Oh,
Whoa.
they went for 3-0 this time.
Two spades.
it's gotten a little higher.
Spades. Interesting. Yeah. Berkowitz makes a sort of heavy. It makes a kind of heavy preamp, but it's vol, so I see why he did that.
I don't
But
mind
3
the
on
2
Trump's
spades
is-
bid.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. And it's not. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad bid, but it's
Oh no, like yeah, I didn't.
it's a heavy style preempt because with a hand as good as that one. But it's 3-0 is kind of interesting here. So
4
yeah,
diamond
I mean,
tricks, spade trick.
East West have entry problems, right? That's like my immediate thought here. Like Berkowitz
Yes,
is jack.
North South have no clear way of establishing a 9th trick.
Yeah, they're only gonna get they might be getting given to them depending on what exactly happens here, right? Because it's gonna go. Okay, he
Unblocked.
does overtake. Oh yeah, he overtakes, so now you can't. Yeah, yeah, he overtakes, and then North doesn't have the 8 of spades, so he's aids. So they're only ever getting 1 spade trick, and now it's.
If North thought that East had the ace of diamonds, then they could have ducked the first. They could have won the first spade, and kept 9/3. But I think it's definitely more percentage after the preempt to play West for it.
Well, even then, and they'll be able to win the ace of diamonds and play whatever suit they don't have the king of through dummy.
Yes.
To get a spade through. So.
So great board here
You're
for
pretty toast no matter what.
Team Wolfson.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this contract is just going down, so that'll be a 5M
Several,
swing.
actually. I mean,
Yeah, so sorry, yes, going down
2, right? Because you'll get the last 6 North South.
So what is that? 8 imps?
Yeah, that'll be 7.
7.
Hey, 7 imps. Look at that.
Wait, that's crazy. We
Next board
predicted
it's 8.
we predicted this.
Wait. That is pretty crazy. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now a 7.
You go.
Yeah.
Where's okay? Now we need 8 imps.
8 imps is very rare.
But it happens.
It it is, yeah, it's weird numbers. All right, so Wolfson gets a little bit of a breath of air for that one.
Wolfson is winning this quarter.
Yeah, they are. Even before that board, they were, but now, yeah.
So
Only 30 imps
they are
behind
still
now.
down 30, but they're definitely pulling it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Just keep playing. Never give up. All right, are we going to be waiting for a while again?
Let's check the other table, I guess. Other table's in board 11 already. That's in 2 hearts.
Yeah, diamond
so-
splitting,
What's the option
declare
here?
can pitch a black
just a
suit
hard
to
double,
lose
2
it.
hearts
was
float.
very complicated.
Yep. Or check a heart double 2 hearts float seems pretty standard.
I suspect Eckenberg will now play either the King of Hearts out of hand or a spade.
Or
Oh,
club.
wow. Okay, I was wrong.
Sam is a big loser. Oh wait.
If he's a loser, then you're a loser too.
Oh, that is 100% true. Ew. Whenever
whenever Sam loses, I lose. It turns out that's usually how it goes.
'Cause he's a
Yeah,
partner.
I mean, he's trying to get
robot
he's
group
trying to
challenges.
he's trying to get a rough, and I guess he's arguing that like if they stop his club rough, then he's at least going to be able to
Pick up
only
the
lose
next
one
week.
trump trick.
Yep. I like that idea. I always love plays like
Yeah,
this.
and especially because diamonds are possibly set up. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
If he can get them to draw trumps and he can get to board with the queen of spades somehow, East West are probably
Yeah,
only
he's
getting.
not going to be able to get rid of all of those losers, but okay, so they are going to just concede him the rough. Wait,
What?
It
oh
was
yeah,
a
no, that's
better,
definitely
don't you
new
worry.
graph misclick. And I was like, Versace is not ducking his ace there. That's not a thing. Yeah, but I guess he might.
Well, if
switch to
Eckenberg guesses well, he could certainly make 3 here.
Yeah, he needs to figure out. He needs to get the trumps right. But the club play worked well by threatening 2 things at once. Okay, a spade.
Well, that's a very good play by Versace.
Yeah, now it's a dummy,
Eckenberg
and then
kind of can't really afford to cash the. Oh no, never mind. He just cashed the king of diamonds.
why? I guess isn't it right to just play a heart to hand there? Because you can always like if you play a heart to the queen, and then
But if Versace, well,
aren't you no matter what able to
it's not a
bluff
risk
and
of
dummy
going
and then
down.
pitch? Oh no, I see. No, a heart to the I guess a heart to the queen risks losing to the ace of hearts on side and then getting a spade played through.
Yeah.
So you don't get your pitch.
Mm.
So
No, I think the diamond was very reasonable.
Now
yeah,
putting another
because
diamond.
you only lose to 4-2 offside stuff.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't the case here because Samantha doubled.
Got a good old loser on loser play going on. And now it's been
I
solidified.
like that play a lot because now Eckenberg's not gonna have to guess the hearts. The jack will just come down for him.
Not always, but sometimes.
Not always, but I think it's a very good play.
So now,
Yeah,
at this point, any way that Eckenberg decides to play the hearts is going to work.
It's good enough.
Any reasonable way.
I somehow doubt that there will be an 8-imp swing on this board.
I'm thinking probably not.
I mean, it
Although I
doesn't have
probably
to
would've
be
played
that
the
way.
king
All
of
the
hearts
other
anyway.
ones were not in order.
That's true. Could just be a
True.
push board. Yeah, I mean technically in this endgame it's probably slightly better to play the king of hearts first and then rough a club annoy, but I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, so we're getting a very similar line on the other table.
Yeah. Winning the same lead of the diamond and unblocking the diamonds and playing the club up.
Playing club? Yep, it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Force them to give you force them to give you a trick or save you having to figure out what's going on in hearts. I'm curious if Berkowitz will make a different decision at this table in terms of what to give the Claire.
All right, Berkowitz leads a low spade.
Plays a spade. Okay. So
Now, if DeClaire guesses
This is
where
the-
the ace of spades is, now he only has one spade loser.
I think there's no reason to play anything.
no, I mean,
but
you never pop queen here. I don't think that seems like it would be a weird thing to do. So
Well, you pop
You-
you pop queen if oh yeah no if you think that West has the ace. No, they're just gonna cover. Oh,
well, even if you have West has the
What?
ace, it doesn't help you to pop the queen. Wait, what? That can't
that
be
is
right.
a baffling play.
Why did March? Oh, he's trying to just get his pitches now. But why did he do that? Why did he try to get his pitches now? He didn't need to. I guess he's. Wait, no. But like, he's still playing for the king of spades for the king to be in the east hand, for the ace of spades to be in the east hand. He's just doing it differently. I guess he's.
Is he worried about 5-2 spades? I guess that's a possibility.
Mm.
Well, no. Berkowitz doubled.
That's fair. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it
Okay,
could be
this is
5-2
just a
spades, but
very
it probably
weird play.
isn't. Yeah, I'm trying to think why he did that. Because like you're not risking a rough, and you could just win in hand and play a second club, and I really don't see how they punish that. I mean, because like if West had the honor in hand, like West, they can always prevent you from getting to dummy and spades if they want to, if West has the ace. So it's a little bit strange why this is the line that was went for. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it actually matters because with diamonds being 3-3, you're never down. I guess he just kind of took this line because he figured Berkowitz doesn't have a doubleton diamond here, which is the only way he's getting punished. Probably.
No, there's no break, Civilian. Not until board 15. After 15, there's going to be a short break. But I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably. Yeah.
I will
I mean, the
probably
players
have to leave during the between quarters.
Yeah. The players are probably on break right now, but with a delay where still commentating.
So, at this point, the defense is going to get a club trick and a heart trick, but the declarer still has to guess what's going on with the jack of hearts. So...
I mean, do they? Does the player have to do that? I'm not sure that they do.
I think they will.
I guess if a spade comes out now, which is probably what will come out. Like if a spade comes out, declare roughs it in hand and plays a club.
You might have a trump coup, right? Or a scrambling play.
It's not a trump coup. It's just a normal
It's
finesse.
just a finesse,
Like you
right?
just rough a club to dummy and play a heart to the 10.
Well, it might...
Well,
well,
I
okay,
think-
I guess it's a scrambling
well, I
play
think-
is what I'm trying to say, is that you just rough a bunch of spades.
Well, you played the king of spades, the king of hearts probably first before doing that.
True.
Before crossing the dummy and taking the hook, right? Because you can catch like Jack Doubleton of hearts offside, although that probably isn't the situation, but you don't know where the ace of clubs is yet. So, okay, yeah, ace of spades comes back. This makes sense. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. The spade can't really be costing you anything here, so there's no reason not to. And a club, yep, seems pretty normal. I mean, I imagine West just keeps pounding on spades because there's not much else to do here.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of an interesting position because in this position you can just rough a heart and play a heart to the king safely.
Rough a heart?
Sorry, rough
Why
a
would you
rough
play a
a
heart
club.
to the king? No, you don't play a heart. You play a heart to the
You have to play a heart
10
to the
because
10.
you know what you have to play heart to the. You know he's has the ace of hearts. I mean, you probably should know his exact shape at this point. But you're very sure. You should be very sure that he said the ace of hearts because he probably didn't double a 7 count or out.
Yes, but if East has ace jack third of hearts for whatever reason, you need to play a heart.
Yeah,
to the king.
he's just end played anyway.
Yeah, you're also
that's true.
Otherwise East wins the ace of hearts and is end played. Yeah.
That's true. I wasn't considering that possibility, but and I guess that is technically possible.
So a good play from Fleischer in the end, and this is going to be a push.
Yep.
Push-a-roni.
This one, 12 is starting up. We got 3-0 here. 2 hearts, check, 3. 2 hearts, check, 2-0, check, 3-0. Definitely an aggressive contract to get to with the north-south cards. But
again, they are trailing in the match, so
true. Yeah.
I'm confused why they keep
It
pausing.
I mean, I imagine it just take. I mean, I don't know. I imagine it just takes a second for people to start doing things on the next board. I don't know.
All right, they're back up over here.
okay.
Is board 12 running at the other table?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I will say that the Wolfson north-south in the other room have gotten to a 3-0 trump that's highly
suspect.
highly
But
suspect.
actually, probably making here. Because you probably play for the restricted choice on the 10 of diamonds, so you probably do make.
Yes, because
Oh,
there's
yeah,
no
you do
way
see the
for
10
West
of
to
diamonds
get
fine.
in to play a club through, really.
But West...
Well,
Like,
that is certainly
wait.
a misclick.
That is a misclick. I don't know what that
I think they
I don't
might
know
have
what
meant
that-
2 hearts.
undo. Yeah. Where's the? Come on, get the other. Yeah, there's the undo. Okay. They presumably confused that with Martel's inevitable balancing 2-0 bit here. Now I think Fleischer might.
3-0.
Okay, Fleischer
Yes,
does not.
Fleischer also
Yeah.
bumps it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess your partner's 2-no bid is probably pretty wide ranging, so you're
Yep.
just hoping you hit the
Ooh. This
better end of
club
it.
lead
Yeah,
is
that.
highly unfortunate.
I mean, I don't actually think you can do anything here, but it's definitely doesn't help.
Well, at the other table,
It's a hard lead, though, right?
East West got 3 club tricks. Well,
Wait,
are in
how?
position to get 3 club tricks.
They shouldn't. I mean, doesn't Martel just never touch clubs and then get 3 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 3 spades is not enough tricks. Oh, interesting. And you can't cash all your spades out because they'll just play spades for all of eternity. So I guess maybe it is touch and go then on a non club lead.
But with the club lead, I think Martel is very happy to see that because he can now see 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, 2 clubs when the 10 comes in, and 3 spades for
spades.
9 tricks.
Just need to
Yeah.
knock out 2 aces and you're golden.
Yeah, and here we see him finesse the 8 of diamonds here. So we see at Eckenberg table. So
Alas, it's going to still be 1 imp for Fleischer. Ruining our little pattern that we have here on the imp board.
Well, it could. No, I think it's going to be 12 imps for Fleischer.
I mean, North South are down at. I mean,
Oh, is that what you were
Eckenberg.
saying?
No, Rang will not make this, even finessing the diamonds.
Yeah.
He still doesn't have enough tricks.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not seeing what's going on over there.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, and so there will be a club through simply because as Versace will realize that they don't have any other tricks after his partner played the 3 on the first round of spades. So shouldn't be anything too difficult to beat that. This at that point for Versace. But here, wait, what's going on? Oh, they won the club. They won 1 club trick already. I see.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think at this table, it's now you're probably just ice, right? Because you should never get diamonds wrong. I think because
You don't even
after
have
the
to
two-
get diamonds right.
I guess you have a club trick now, so you can get 2 hearts, 2 clubs, 3 spades, 2 diamonds. Yeah, that's true. But even if you had to play diamonds correctly, you always would because I think because of the preempt and the fact that you'll see a 3rd club out of West, it would be asked. The normal restricted choice play is even better than usual because of that. Still thinking on the 8 of diamonds at the other table. But yeah, Fletcher will pick up a bunch here. Oh, apparently Eckenberg is playing intermediate 2s and decided to at the other table. I guess
Yeah, did
no,
we
but
see
they
that
weren't. They
earlier?
weren't doing.
There was an intermediate 2 by someone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, but the intermediate they weren't the ones opening. I was like they opened an intermediate 2 in the West Hand, but no, that was Versace. Not that was East West, not North South. So yeah.
All right, 10 of
It
diamonds
is interesting to notice the disparity between Janassar's weak 2 hearts on this hand and Berkowitz's on the last hand because of the vulnerability.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely true. That's definitely a good point. Well, the 2 spades was quite heavy, and this 2 hearts as pretty much the worst suit possible for preempting on. So it's definitely a noticeable difference. But yeah, unfortunately for Wolfson, this board looks like it's going to erase all of their hard work to arc this set in one fell swoop.
Bridge is a brutal game in many ways.
Yeah, it is definitely unforgiving because, especially on opening lead.
Yeah, Wolfson has definitely been, I think, the better team in the first 11 boards of the set. They had a 10 imp lead in the set, and then one unfortunate opening lead results in
Sadness.
12 imps away.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Board 13. Ooh. Okay.
Apparently,
A
we
little
have
bit
something
more
exciting
intriguing.
going on board 13, according to Michael's reaction.
I mean,
Well,
the
South
shapes
is
are
a
South has quite a club suit here, but it doesn't. It shouldn't actually impact the board that much because I think it's still just going to be East West getting to a spade contract. I mean, South will inevitably come in with something, but I don't see that. I don't see him preempting West up doing something. Even if South bid like 4 clubs, I think West would probably still just bid 4 spades. So I don't see it. I don't see any BS being successful here. I think South will bid clubs, but it. Well, I guess that you might get them out of game, but like no, Cement is going to upgrade his hand. Cement is not going to stop short of game once his partner starts life. Especially because if any try he makes, Versace will be like, yes, I have 2 aces and 4 spades. I'm happy to hear that. I don't see them missing this. And sacrifice is obviously not something to be trifled with here. So
no, certainly not at all red when Norse has only 3 card support and such a terrible balanced hand.
yes, and South should not unilaterally sacrifice
Yes.
because that decision is usually wrong.
Well, it kind of was my first video that somehow popped off to like 12,000 views when I did a
Yes, but I
unilateral
didn't think it
sacrifice.
was the right bid when I watched that video.
I think lots of people don't think it was the right bid, and I now also do not think it was the right bid.
Yay, we've converted him.
But
Alright.
also,
Anyway, yeah.
it was fun in the moment.
It's always
I'm
fun
interested by
to have
this
bids
super
work
trip
out
bid.
well.
I wonder
Ish.
if it was actually the bid Versace made, because if so, this must be some sort of spade raise, right?
Yeah, this is a
Yeah, I
spade
mean,
raise.
it's probably a mixed raise, I guess.
Mixed
Oh,
I mean,
that's a
raise.
that's what
good
he's
point.
got.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if 3 clubs is the strong raise, you could make 2 the mixed raise because you just don't want to invite no trump that much in this spot. I think that's probably what the agreement is.
Well, they have in fact reached 4 spades, and I suspect Rang will either lead his singleton or lead the ace of clubs and shift to a singleton, but it won't matter with the spades lying the way they are.
Yes, it'd be pretty difficult not to pick up the suit. Oh yeah, 12 imps, 3-0 has now made it to the other table, as predicted.
Ouch.
That's pretty
Yep. So yeah.
Team Wolfson kind of back to square one as they were on this match.
Yeah. What do we think
I
about
think
ace
Team
of clubs
Wolfson
versus
would
the
love
diamond?
to be back to square one, but unfortunately they're kind of back to the deficit that they were at halftime.
Yep.
That's true. What do we think about ace of clubs versus a stiff diamond lead in this situation?
I think it's certainly right to lead the ace of clubs. I don't think there's any particular worry that one of your opponents has a void, and the club lead looks so safe that you can always switch to a diamond at trick 2.
Are you worried about blowing your partner's queen of clubs entry up?
Not particularly. I don't think there's any world where I'm going to underlead to my partner, and I also don't have a trump entry, so
Yeah.
partner has a trump if partner doesn't have a trump trick, we're not getting a rough anyways.
Yep. I agree. Wanted to get your thoughts on that. As much as we love our singletons, in this case, they will not help us.
Well, they will help us, but the singleton can wait. The club might not be able to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
They could be pitching clubs on diamonds. Who knows?
Yeah.
That is a more accurate way of saying again, certainly. Yeah. So he wins ace and dummy, trumps a club in hand for good measure, I guess.
Rough it. Hey, I've been telling my students not to do that. What's going on?
I mean, they're trying to take away safe exit suits from Oots, but Oots probably.
Yeah, I understand. It's
Yes.
an elimination
I think
play.
it's a great play, but it's funny. Once you know once you know the rules, there's always the exception, especially in bridge. I feel
Right.
like.
Yeah.
Elimination
hoping at
plays
first-
are like one of the most
He would-
satisfying things.
He would love there to be King Double 10 of Diamonds in South, but there is not, so it's not taking any extra, but it was a good try.
I expect that this will wrap up with a
But yeah, that'll be +1 in a real hurry. Other table,
Either-
same to no bid. Presumably another mixed raisey thing, I guess.
Another mixed raisy thing.
I think that if you can remember it, I think that's legitimately a good convention.
Anytime
Yeah, I
that
mean,
you
having
have
the
the
2 no
ability
bid
to
as an
show a
invite
mixed
is not
raise
gonna be useful.
is generally a good thing.
This frees up the 3
Yeah.
spades to be a weaker raise.
Yes. Otherwise, I think 3 spades has to be the next raise because
Because people have generally been saying lately that mixed raises are more important than your weak raises.
I actually certainly agree with that.
I think that's probably true. I mean, at least it depends on the situation, but when you've opened the bidding, certainly, I think the mixed raises are better. Speaking of which, we should probably have a discussion about that at some point, Sam. Just so we know what
Maybe
page
after
we're on about that.
the commentary.
Perhaps. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so 3 heart, same 3 heart bid by Berkowitz here. I don't know.
Now we're getting some
Let's see.
distributional hands on board 14.
Whoa!
Whoa! Look at that one.
Whoa!
That's
Finally.
that's something. All right.
All right, who's got the slam? No one.
I mean,
No one.
yeah, no one, but it's probably gonna go like one.
It's
sub
often the case that when
spade.
both sides have 2 aces, there's no slam.
I think it'd be a void somewhere.
There
There
is, just not a
your
useful
partner has
one.
the 8.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting that West passes. I guess there's no useful. I guess you don't really have a useful bid there if your partner's club bid isn't purely natural.
Hmm.
And even if your partner's club bid is purely natural, you still don't really have a useful bid there. So you pass, and then
I
Could
don't
consider
think I would
two
bid
clubs,
2
maybe.
there, even opposite. Well, I would probably bid 2 clubs there,
Yeah.
opposite a natural.
yeah.
I suspect this 2 heart
hearts
bid
is-
does not in fact show hearts, but it is instead a transfer.
No,
to
it's
spades.
presumably like
Yeah.
a spade raise. It's probably presumably better than 2 spade raise,
Yeah.
I guess.
better-
Yes,
better
I would
than 2
expect it to
spade
be a
raise.
Good constructive raise.
I like that convention name. Can we keep it? Better than 2 spade raise.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the name of the convention is good constructive raise, but
Oh, come on.
Sure,
That's so
sure.
much more boring. Better than 2 spade raise is so much better.
it's also harder to say. And
That is true.
But it just rolls off the
less
tongue.
applicable to other similar auctions.
That is true.
We see
Someone's
a
like
double
generalizing
here
terms for a reason.
by East showing their hearts. It's like, I got hearts.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering what their agreements are about this. Like, do they have a way of suggesting playing 2 hearts double? I mean, their opponents won't let them play. He still pulled a 3 diamond. Someone will pull a 3. Versace will pull a 3 clubs. Probably if some suggestion like that happens.
I don't know. I think North South are yeah. North South are more than happy to play in 2 hearts doubled, but Versace
North
is
South are more
out.
happy to be playing 2 hearts, but if they try to, if Rang makes a bid that looks like he wants to, Versace will shut that down real fast.
We are not doing that. No, thank you.
Yeah. Interesting that East West. I'm kind of like, he feels like he wants to make a bid here, but I'm not sure. Like, if the 1 club bid isn't natural, I don't know that the double of 2 hearts promised anything more in clubs, so Versace still is sort of in a difficult position here. I suppose he could make like maybe a takeout 2 no bid or something like that.
Yeah,
but
that's what my
like
mind has
Versace
gone
wants to
through.
get in here, but because they're bidding his 4 card major and not his void major, it's a little bit tricky for him to make a bid.
Well, he also kind of wants to know, like, partner, what the heck is your minor, please?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I was
could be
thinking
both,
maybe
but
two. No.
Minor is in fact ambiguous.
Yeah. I mean, that's why maybe it's 2 no. But
yeah, it's definitely not natural.
no,
No.
that would be.
Who plays 2
I mean,
no
you-
trump
you
as
pass-
natural?
You pass a spade. You can't really play bid 2 no trump natural here, so it's got to be some sort of minor suity thing. And you have because you had double available if you had hearts. So yeah,
I
actually
suspect
probably
that
both structures.
if Versace doesn't bid something here, East-West are going to miss a very good 5 clubs.
Hmm.
Maybe, although Cementa, I mean, I guess, although Cementa, like, I think
Even
is,
get
I
in
stronger
think
there.
hand.
I think Cementa is obliged to bid 3 clubs anyway, even if his partner passes. Like, I don't think you're supposed to pass 2 spades out with that hand anyway. Like, you really don't need much for it to be correct to be competing, so, or just making a game. Like, when you look at the East hand, it's like, oh, my partner has, like, king, third of clubs, and a doubleton heart, great. We're just completely iced for 5 clubs, almost. I mean, we're not iced
Well,
for 5 clubs.
certainly I
It's
think
club
opposite
pretty good.
Versace's 3-spade bid, Cementa will be reaching 5 clubs.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, they're
curious
definitely
what the-
making it to game now.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what I don't know what the 3 spade bid is, but it kind of makes me think that the double must have shown some some kind of. I mean, it must have shown either some kind of extras or some kind of extra length in clubs or something. Because 3 spades is a lot of bidding for someone who doesn't know that his partner has a hand that's with something more than just a 1 club bid. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing the 3 club bid probably showed some kind of extras. The double probably showed some kind of extras at that point.
And there it is. 5
And
clubs.
there's 5
clubs.
clubs. Yeah. Nicely bid by.
Not lower, not
East-West.
higher, just 5 clubs. Beautiful.
I suspect the play on this hand will take a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah, let's hop over to the other table. Let's see what's happening there. Oh, 1 club opening and then 1 spade, 3 clubs by West. Interesting.
Right, so because Berkowitz's club opening is not nebulous.
Yeah. So
I
the
still
question
think
is,
3
what's
clubs is somewhat of a surprising bid. I guess
what's the
get
3
it,
club bid though? Whoa, 4 spades. Oh, I mean, he's gonna.
Oh,
There's no way Berkowitz doesn't bid 5 clubs, right?
he has
I mean, I guess
to.
it depends what the 3 club bid is. But like, if his partner's going to bid 3 clubs, he
Well, I
probably
think 3
doesn't want.
clubs
He
has to
probably
be kind
is
of like a
happy
mixed
with 5.
raise or something.
Well, it could be mixed, or
it could also
could
be weak with both minors, depending on East-West treatment.
with both minors.
Both minors? Yeah, it could be
I
like a
guess-
pass or
I think
correct
that.
one thing going on here.
Well, I guess it depends what the club is, right? If the club is nebulous, then then it could be pass or correct. But like, if the club is like the quote unquote standard American club, it could just like that bid probably just shows 5 clubs in a weak hand normally. So I'm guessing it's not that, but yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it has to show some kind of raise. So Berkowitz is definitely going to bid 5 clubs, I think, because
Yes, I would be very surprised not to see a 5 club bid from Berkowitz.
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem like it seems like your chances of beating 4 spades are, I don't know, maybe, and your chances of making 5 clubs are pretty good. So
As it happens, you are certainly beating 4 spades a couple tricks.
But is it
I
good
mean,
enough to fight for 5
yes,
clubs?
but
it
also
certainly does not make up for. I think it's probably down 2.
2, 3. Well, could you get it down 3
It's hard to-
maybe?
I mean, you're gonna take
I mean,
1
not
spade,
really.
1 spade, 2 hearts, a club, and a diamond is the defense, right?
Well,
If you
what
couldn't
if you
get
get
a
2
spade rough.
spades? Couldn't you get 2 spade roughs possibly?
You could only if you got
What
2 heart
what-
roughs somehow.
how are we
but I don't
roughing 2 heart
see how that's
tricks?
happening.
I
Yeah,
don't see how we're roughing 2 hearts here. That seems
I guess a
difficult.
diamond.
yeah.
I,
Like, if you get
think you're more like, but like even the diamonds, the 10 of diamonds is on side, so you're never establishing another diamond trick either. Like I don't
No,
see
but
how you're
like
taking.
I was thinking you could use East's King of Diamonds as an entry.
exactly, that's my thought.
But-
But you draw trump too fast.
But once you
I
take
guess-
1 heart rough, so maybe you have to lead a diamond at trick 1. To
I think
beat 4
yeah,
Yeah,
that
that puts
was
almost
where
pressure,
my
I'm
line was
sure.
going.
Yeah.
But 5 clubs pops out anyway. Who cares about what we were just
Yep.
talking about?
I think that's certainly the right bid by.
Yeah, I mean,
Berkowitz.
it seems so anti-competitive to try to defend 4 spades with a hand like this.
Yeah,
You're
well,
very
yes.
offensive with shortness in spades.
From
and
Berkowitz's
it's like
perspective,
hard
it
bid.
seems so likely that Fleischer has 4 or even 5 spade support.
I mean, Berkowitz
Yeah, and
could
even
have
if
been thinking
like
about.
or void or like it looked like a yeah.
Berkowitz could have also been thinking about if this is a mixed raise, maybe they have slam if partner has one of the aces and the king of clubs.
That's true, but that's kind
That
of
is
that feels
true.
like it's a little bit wishful thinking. It's pretty hard to find that, right?
Agreed.
Like,
But
In fact,
it's
that's why
something to
Berkowitz
consider.
eventually decided on 5 clubs instead of something like 4 no trump.
Yeah. I mean, it's a reasonable thought, but I don't think it's the kind of thing that seems difficult to find out in this auction. Especially because, like, even if that is the case, it's still possible to have weird things happen where you just have, like, 2 diamond losers, or, like, a late round heart loser, or the stupid things can still happen, happen. Not that much with this hand, but it's still possible to have, like, 2 diamond losers or lose a third heart or something strange, even if partner does have the ace and the king. So, yeah, it seems... If you had bidding space, you should definitely investigate. But 5 clubs is the practical call.
Yep. Other
By the
table
way, we have
also just made
confirmation
5
that
clubs.
at the other table, Samantha's double was not necessarily showing hearts, but showing extras.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot. So that makes the
I
auction
think
make a lot of sense.
explains a lot of Versace's 3-spade bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because that's
Also,
certainly true.
5 clubs is confirmed to make exactly, which I think is not a surprise.
Yep.
All right. Well, at
Should be a person
the
that's well done.
looking back at the other table, since we aren't really concerned about what's going on with the play at the other table,
Should be probably a diamond unless they play 16-18 no trump. Oh, club. Are they strong club pair?
They're playing T-Walls, then it's strong.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
T-Walls.
They're playing T-Walsh. Yeah. So. Yep.
1 heart,
This
3
auction-
spades. Really love the spades.
Yeah. You could bid
Well,
4,
I
but
think it just
your
the
partner's...
system bid shows 4 card spade support and 16 to 18.
Yeah. You could bid 4.
Oh, sorry,
but
not 16 to 18.
you don't have to.
17 to 19 usually.
Yeah. Your partner. We like the we like bidding. Oh, we like bidding on on with spades. So being a little more heavy for those three level bids can
Eckenberg
usually.
goes.
Whoa! Look
So
at him go.
They're in a
He doesn't have a sub minimum, so I can see why he went. But
Yeah.
also he gets the short end of the stick here because his doubleton's totally useless.
Ruh-roh,
yes,
we're mirrored.
the completely mirrored distribution and the
Ew.
unfortunate placement
Yep.
of the aces.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're even. The fact is, I don't think you're making 3 spades either. So it's kind of okay.
It actually, yeah,
Like
you're
you,
right.
you go down one
Four
extra
spades,
trick,
I
but
believe, requires both aces on side and 2 3-2 breaks.
yeah,
Yeah,
you get
pretty much.
you get both 3-2s, but neither ace is on side, so you're off 2, which at least means the 3 spades was also down. So that's something.
I mean, on the club lead, you also could possibly pray that there's a roughness left somewhere, but that would only get you into making 3 spades territory. You could do
What do you
like
mean
an
a roughness
elimination
left
play
somewhere?
kind of thing.
What roughness left?
Roughness left in
The
clubs,
problem is that
but-
I guess you're
a,
trying to. I guess you're trying to catch 3 spades. You're trying to catch 3 spades, ace, king of diamonds, and exit with a club, maybe, and hope that somehow they have no. But even then, they
No,
can just
you
play a low
could-
heart back.
You could, like, if there's a heart doubleton, king of hearts, ace of hearts, you play the
The
queen
problem
of
is a
hearts.
rough
all
bluff can never help you because you have 2 diamond losers.
Well, no,
The fourth diamond is not a loser.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're not going to make 4 spades on the line that I'm saying. I'm saying you're only going to be going down 1.
I don't see how you ever do that either.
I don't see that either.
If the third diamond was with West, ace king of diamonds exit the diamond, and then they have to exit a club.
Mm.
That's a
So
very
what?
specific holding, but I
Oh
suppose
yeah, I see. I see. With because yeah, yes, that is true. If West had, yeah, if West was 2-2s 3-6,
Yes,
then that would be the case. That's true.
something along those lines.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no,
At the other
specifically
table,
to
we
be
have
Specifically that.
at the
Yeah.
other table after the same 1 club opening by Martel, we have a 3 club bid
Get
by
those 3
Jonas.
clubs. I have a lot of sympathy for this bid because your suit's really nice. So
Your
I
suit's
kind of
really good.
I
And
favorable.
Alf is
So-
not necessarily showing clubs, and it's favorable. I think the
Yeah.
pieces are all there for this bid to work.
I imagine it's gonna go. I mean, the question is. I mean, I assume South double is probably still takeout in this spot, but I actually don't know.
I assume
Yeah,
so.
probably should be.
Like, if it's a nebulous club, it probably should just be takeout. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
guessing it probably goes check double 3 spades, right? Or maybe it might go. It probably goes check double 3 spades, and they probably play there. That'd be my guess anyway. So there may be.
But I actually think Fleischer opposite a double that since it's balance and
yeah,
takeout
he
is
might go.
basically guaranteed to be 17-19, we'll
That's
expect
true.
that his king of clubs is good enough and his king of spades is also a good card.
That's true. He might. Yeah, he might
He
go.
might
But
just
also
go.
with no
Yeah.
guarantee of a fit, I think 4 spades is a big bid.
Yeah, that's my main problem with it is that you don't know that your partner has 4 spades. So even though I think you're right about the strength argument, it's definitely four spades would be a big bid because your hand's pretty borderline.
Math Lab
I think I
Jordan
would
says
think I would bid 3 spades, but I can definitely. I can see I can see. Yeah, I didn't really think about the fact that he probably does have to be specifically 17 to 19 balanced here. I mean, I guess because he's takeout doubling. Yeah, he goes to 3 spades. And I don't see Martel pushing this because his partner.
No, I
has
think Martel's going to push this.
quantity.
Look at his
Whoa,
hand.
really? His partner's
Yeah,
totally unknown
look
quantity.
at his hand. It's all primes. And
It's
2 of the
good,
clubs
but like his partner bid 3 spades and showed no other life during the auction.
thank
For
you
all
for
he knows,
the
his partner
little update there,
has a
Math
3
Lab Jordan, on
has
whether
a
or not
3
there's
3
going to
4
be a
3 2
break.
count.
We've got a little 30-minute break. This set went
I
faster
guess
than the other
he
ones
probably bids
did.
3 hearts.
Also,
Three,
thank you
three,
for
four,
the
three,
follow
two,
earlier. I
this
followed
4
you back.
spades has play because
And
he
thank
swings
you,
his
PJ,
partner's
for
suit.
shouting out
He
Math Lab
sleeps
Jordan.
clubs and now.
And so now that, and also with West known to have
Oh!
7 clubs, that end play position that Kai mentioned earlier actually could come into play.
Oh! What? Did I do foreshadowing? Oh?
Yeah, you did do foreshadowing.
Look at me go. I'm so good
How
at
does
this game.
How does that position come into play? I don't see it. Oh, I guess.
When you draw trumps and then you try to duck the second diamond to West.
Oh, I guess you're. Well,
You try.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
try it.
You try. They can get out
You
of
know
it
the
potentially,
shape,
but
but if it's just that if West has the 3
Yeah.
diamonds, then this works. But you would need them to have singleton heart, probably. Oh, I guess just 3 clubs, but
I mean, if they have a singleton heart, you can probably just make you'll make it anyway by hooking hearts probably.
The heart shift. Okay.
The
It's
heart shift is
now,
good.
I think.
Yeah, they asked for the heart. Yeah, Queen of Clubs asking for a heart shift was a good play. Now there's no.
Good play,
that's-
Star,
that is
and I
completely
think
fine,
this
Math
is-
Lab
Yeah.
Jordan. I'm just glad
This
that
is now there's no
you're
talent
out
for it,
there
just go down.
live streaming
Short
bridge,
order.
playing bridge.
Ducking
and
would be cute. Ducking would
any
be cute. That
bridge
would be a nice
content
play
that gets
because you're
made
pretty sure that
is
he's got the
very
ace from the way he
important
signaled. So
in
I actually
our
play
current
Ducking.
world
What Warren suggested
of
in chat
very
would
limited bridge access.
be.
So thank
cool.
you for live streaming bridge.
I guess no. If you play, what if you? Okay, King of Hearts, West wins it and just throws a heart back. I guess.
Yeah.
You definitely have to win it. So because Genosar knows that he's potentially in shape to get end played here.
I mean, you could exit
So-
a club. I don't think it would actually matter. The
You
thing
can even
is
exit
that
the
you
Queen
just
of
have to
Diamonds
be-
here because you can even exit, I guess, the Queen of Diamonds here because you know that it can't. You know the declare should always pick it up with what's in dummy. Although that would be a pretty play. That would be a pretty genius play to do that. But
I think what happens is if Fleischer sees what he needs to do, which I think he will once the King of Hearts loses, then he could consider playing the Ace of Diamonds early, and Genosar has to be on his game and throw the Queen on the first.
yeah,
card.
well, I was thinking that Genosar could even play the Queen right now, but that would be a pretty sick play.
Hold
I guess
on,
no.
wait, because of the exact diamond position, that doesn't even work.
What? You're playing the Queen of Diamonds now?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if you
because on the second
he got
diamond,
it.
you
Oh,
play
wait,
it
no,
up, and then Berkowitz has to decide whether to go up with the Jack and crash his partner's 10, setting up dummies 9, or let his partner get end played.
Oh yeah, because you can lead up to the King 9.
I think Marty Fleischer might actually make this if
That
he
is
sees the okay.
that is nasty. A nasty end play right there.
so
Diamond to the
okay.
king.
Yeah, he's got the club entry still.
Yeah, so I think now he has to, assuming that he knows what he needs to play for. It actually nothing
Yeah,
matters here.
and he should have the shapes right here too, so he's not going to play Genosar for 3 diamonds.
yeah, wow.
So go ace, and I think
Genosar hasn't even thrown the.
he hasn't even thrown
diamond.
it. So yeah. So now it's definitely toast.
Club to the king, diamond to the 9, and claim.
Yep. And that makes no matter where that makes as long as Berkowitz doesn't have both remaining honors.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing. He's gonna do it.
nice play, Fleischer.
This is a big blow to Wolfson. What's this? 13 imps.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good for Wolfson at all.
Yes.
Do it. Come on. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I think technically Fleischer's the client, but that hand didn't make it look like it. He's a damn
That's
good player.
very, very, very well played by Martin.
Yeah, that was a
Fleischer.
really good hand.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Nicely played.
That is what we are here for.
The previous game, vulnerable game swing, felt a little bit tough, but this one.
It felt
this
the
was
other one felt a little bit more random, but this one it was. I mean, it was a little random in terms of siding because having it sided the way it was definitely hurt Wolfson.
yeah, especially after
but also Fleischer deserved his 13 imps there.
Beautiful.
And with that, Fleischer takes a 55 imp lead with 15
Yeah, so
boards to
basically
go.
we're probably going to see fireworks from Wolfson in the last set here because they kind of need to make something happen. But I think it's going to be a half hour or something before. It's going to be a bit before that comes up on VooGraph, right?
And with that, I have to run.
Okay.
So this was great. Thanks, Kai, for having me on. This was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great having you guys on, chatting away about all of the bridge knowledge that you guys have.
When does set 4 start? I might come back for set 4, but or I'm not 100% sure when. But I'm not 100% sure.
I'm.
Or if
It
you
should
have
be
something else for
starting.
that,
It should
that's totally
be. Well,
fine.
I know that Danny said he might be coming back.
Okay.
Where's the ViewGraph schedule? Jordan said
I don't know.
a little bit ago that it's gonna be soon. 16:30. So we have about 30 minutes until the next set starts.
Yeah.
So I think I might end stream and just chill out for a little bit. Maybe get like
Sounds
a little
good.
bit of exercise because I feel tired.
A little bit of what?
A little bit of exercise.
Ah,
Because my
yes.
brain is like
I
in that
heard
moment where I've just been sitting for a long time.
Yeah, I heard egg spice and I was very confused. So, so thank you for clarifying. No, you're an absolute egg spice, whatever that is.
Whatever egg spice is, yeah, okay.
Egg
That's
spice is like hot sauce. That's just what you put on like plain eggs.
to make them spicier or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you,
Anyway.
Michael.
Been good commentating with you.
Yep, it's been good to have you. All right, see you
Thanks
around.
for having me. You too.
Bye. All right, chat. I also am going to go away for a moment, and we'll be right back with the final segment of the Vanderbilt. Ooh la la! Hopefully, I'm going to be able to stay awake. I don't know. I just didn't sleep well last night, I guess. But yeah, I'll walk around a little bit. I'll see y'all in 30 minutes. Bye!